Meanwhile, in neighbouring Pakistan, there are new tensions over America's controversial use of drone missiles to target suspected terrorists. In an interview yesterday, Pakistan's president said there was no agreement to allow drones to hit militants in tribal areas, despite the killing of a senior Taliban leader in just such a strike last week. It's a topic which Samina Ahmed, senior Asia advisor at the International Crisis Group, has written extensively about. She joins me now in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in, Samina. My understanding is that the number of drone strikes in Pakistan has actually declined recently. Is it still a big issue?
They've certainly declined. This year, there have been perhaps some 12, as opposed to the scores of drone strikes in 2010 and 11. But it's still an issue that is used to whip up anti-American sentiment, and certainly also an issue where the drone strikes are taking place in the tribal belt. As you said, this attack on the number 2 Pakistani Taliban leader has revived the debate on the issue.
President Obama last week reset America's national security policy, and he talked extensively about the drone program, saying that it was going to shift effectively from the CIA into the hands of the Pentagon. Does that make much difference to Pakistanis who's controlling these drones?
In actual fact, he hasn't said that in the Pakistani context it's going to shift from the CIA to the DoD, to the Pentagon. Because it's linked to the transition in Afghanistan, it will remain at least possibly till end 2014.
Other areas of the world.
Exactly,
right.
Not in the Afghan theater. So perhaps if that had been announced as a change, it would have also affected perceptions.
But does it make a difference who's controlling the drones? I mean, the drones are still dropping, right?
It does make a difference because it makes the program far more accountable if it's with Pentagon. It makes it far more transparent, and the rules of the game change. There's more accountability and oversight than there is presently because it's run by the CIA.
Okay, there's a new civilian leadership. Nawaz Sharif has just taken over in Pakistan. How does that change things with relation to Washington's program? Because in the White House, they might think, we're not sure if Nawaz Sharif is as committed as his predecessor to tackling extremism in Pakistan. We're going to reserve the right to carry on hitting these people.
I don't think it's a matter of a new leadership not being as committed, because after all, drone attacks are being carried out under the previous government, which was very sympathetic to America's concerns. And certainly Sharif, while he appears to be a little softer, at least in his rhetoric towards the militants, is also committed, and he said that publicly, to eliminating the root causes of militancy as well as militant presence.
And presumably that's the key here.
The main issue here is the root causes. Drones can take out leaders. Those leaders will be replaced so long as you have the militants given the space to operate, to finance, to recruit, and to plan operations.
Samina Ahmed, thank you very much for coming in to join us.